Ever felt lonely, even when surrounded by people? After 60, many of us go through big changes. Retirement, kids moving on, loss, moving to a new place. But there's one thing that never loses its value: human connection. Today, let's talk about how to make new friends after 60, and how, even at this stage, life can still surprise you with deep, meaningful friendships. Making friends as a kid seemed easy, right? As a teenager, all it took was one shared interest and boom, friendship blossomed. But after 60, the path might feel narrower. People are busy, guarded, or just not interested. But here's a powerful truth. Your ability to connect doesn't age. It just needs to be nurtured with kindness, empathy, and presence. Inspired by Dale Carnegie's wisdom, I want to show you that making friends is a skill, and you can develop it at any point in life. Yes, even now. Part 1. The secret lies in listening. Dale Carnegie once said, "Become genuinely interested in other people. Be a good listener. Encourage them to talk about themselves." And there's so much truth in that. Listening is an art, one of the most powerful ways to connect with others. But it's also one of the most overlooked in today's fast-paced world. We live in an age of hurry, distractions, and quick replies. People talk a lot, share opinions, constantly, but they listen very little, way too little. How often have you been in a conversation just waiting for your turn to speak? How many times has someone barely finished their sentence before you started thinking of the perfect response? It's normal, it's human. But it's also a missed opportunity to create something real. Because real listening isn't just waiting quietly. It's being fully present. It's paying attention, not just to words, but to tone, eyes, pauses. It's noticing what's being said and what's being left unsaid. When you let go of the need to have something to say and truly focus on listening, you give the other person something rare and precious. Space. Space to be authentic. Space to open up, to trust, to share, and that's where real friendships grow. Especially after 60, you have something the modern world is forgetting. Time. You have stories. You have patience. You have the gift of listening, and that's a superpower. You can be that person who makes others feel important, valued, seen, just by truly listening. And here's the thing. We're not talking about listening just to give advice or fix problems. We're talking about listening with your heart. Listening to be there. Listening to share the moment. Often, all someone needs is to feel they're not alone, to sense someone saying without words, "I'm here. You can talk, I want to hear you." And when you do that, when you really listen, you build something stronger than just a conversation. You build trust. You plant the seeds of real friendship, the kind that grows slowly but takes deep roots. In a world that talks too much and listens too little, someone who knows how to listen becomes a safe place, a shelter. And true friendships, the kind that warm the soul, always seek shelter like that. Part 2. Small gestures build big connections. Genuine smile, a heartfelt compliment, a "good morning," said with real warmth. Not out of habit, but because you truly want to spread kindness. Sometimes we think making new friends requires big moments, deep conversations, or perfect common interests. But the truth, the strongest bonds are built in the small, everyday moments, in the quiet beauty of simple, repeated kindness. Dale Carnegie once said, "Remember that a person's name is to them the sweetest and most important sound in any language." And that's so true. Think about it. Do you remember the name of the doorman who greets you every morning? The pharmacy clerk who helps you even when you're in a hurry? The older woman who walks her dog slowly and gives you a quiet smile? Or the man in the hat, always sitting on the same park bench reading the newspaper? These people are part of your everyday life. They're constant presences, yet often invisible. And these very people hold the greatest opportunities for connection. You don't need to go far. You don't need parties, events, or social media. You can start right where you are, on your street, at the grocery store, at the bakery, in the bank line. Call someone by their name, say something kind like, "I love your calm energy. Being around you feels nice. You remind me of someone special." These words cost nothing but are priceless. Small gestures create big impacts. A caring look, real listening, remembering small details, like asking about that knee pain they mentioned last week. This is how bonds are built. Because friendship isn't created overnight. It's cultivated, like a garden. Today you plant a kind word. Tomorrow you water it with your attention. Slowly, trust begins to grow. With time, that polite exchange becomes real closeness. That distant wave becomes long conversations. That good morning turns into, "Let's get coffee tomorrow." And just like that, naturally and effortlessly, a stranger can become someone dear to you. The deepest connections live in the details, in small, consistent acts of kindness. If you're feeling lonely or struggling to make new friends, start with one gesture, just one. Because right now, someone might be waiting for exactly that. A smile. A kind word. A sign that they're seen. Remember, every small act is a seed, and you could be planting a friendship that will blossom beyond what you imagine. Part 3. Where friendship lives after 60. The world often feels quieter. Kids have grown up. Co-workers moved on. Many friends have come and gone. Days start feeling the same, and sometimes loneliness creeps in, even when you're surrounded by people. But here's a powerful truth. While the world may not come knocking at your door as often these days, your door still opens, and you can step out to meet the world. And the beautiful part? You don't have to go far. Think about book clubs where words connect souls, neighborhood walking groups where slow steps lead to great conversations, ballroom dance classes where every twirl is a chance to smile together, senior learning, programs that teach skills while reigniting joy, volunteer work that reminds us of our worth while helping others. These aren't just places. They're living spaces for rediscovery, new beginnings, and meaningful connections. Here's what nobody says out loud, but everyone feels. We're all looking for the same thing, real connection. No one expects perfection here. You don't need to be the life of the party, a master storyteller, or a most outgoing person in the room. You just need to show up, stay open, because like any true friendship, only 3 things are needed to grow something beautiful. Fertile soil, your life experience. Presence, your willingness to engage. Light, your natural kindness. Guess what? You've got all 3 right inside you. Many people hesitate, thinking, "I won't fit in." But in every group there are others just like you, hoping to be seen, heard, and welcomed. You could be the connection someone's been waiting for, and someone could be waiting to connect with you too. Remember, friendship isn't about finding the right person. It's about being the right person with an open heart. There are so many places ready for you. Places where friendship lives. Places where, just maybe, it's already waiting for you to arrive. Part 4. Become interesting by being interested. Dale Carnegie shared timeless wisdom that changes everything. You'll make more friends in 2 months by showing genuine interest in others than in 2 years, trying to get others interested in you. Sounds simple, but few actually do it. Most people work so hard at being interesting, they forget to be interested. The secret isn't about impressing people. It's about connecting with them. Ask questions, not out of empty curiosity, but from real desire to know. What was their childhood like? What dreams have they made come true? What do they carry in their heart that they rarely share? Everyone has a story waiting to be told, and when someone realizes you truly want to listen, no judgment, no rush, no distractions, that's when they relax, that's when they trust, that's when they open up. You become a safe space, a shelter, and that's where something rare begins these days. Real connection. Here's the beautiful part. You don't need perfect words or clever responses. Just look them in the eyes, listen with your heart, and ask with real curiosity. How did that make you feel? What was the most special part of that day? If you could relive one memory, what would it be? These simple questions, asked with presence, unlock doors that have been closed for years. This is how friendship takes root. Strong, deep, and lasting. Because deep down, we all want the same thing. To be seen, to be heard, to be remembered, and when you give that to someone, you become unforgettable. It's that simple. Be interesting, sure, but start by being interested, because that's the first step to touching hearts and growing friendships that stand the test of time. Part 5. Leave behind the fear of judgment. So many people hesitate to take that first step. They stay quiet, longing to connect but frozen by fear. Will I fit in? Am I being a bother? Do I still have anything to offer? Here's what's funny. Nearly everyone you meet is thinking the same thing. After decades of life experience, we somehow think we should have it all figured out. But here's the truth. Insecurity doesn't have an age limit. And fear of judgment? That never expires. But with maturity comes a gift. Choice. You can choose not to let fear define you. You can choose to speak up, even if your voice shakes. You can choose to say hello, even with a racing heart. At this stage of life, courage isn't about climbing mountains. It's about giving yourself permission. Permission to smile first, to start a conversation, to send that text, to accept an invitation, or better yet, to extend one. You've got stories that inspire, experiences that teach, wounds that healed and made you more human, more wise, more compassionate. Here's the truth. The world needs this, needs your voice, your listening ear, your presence. You matter, even when you forget it, even when you doubt it. Every act of courage, no matter how small, plants a seed. And real friendships often grow right there, in that fertile soil of vulnerability and truth. So if you're still feeling afraid, that's okay. Bring that fear along, just don't let it stop you from trying. Because sometimes what someone's waiting for is exactly what you have to offer. Part 6. Friendship takes courage. To many think making new friends gets harder after a certain age, but often what's missing isn't opportunity. It's courage. Courage to make the first move, start a conversation, introduce yourself, say, want company for coffee, or simply, mind if I join you? Yes, it's scary, scared of seeming needy, of being rejected, of intruding. But here's the secret. The other person is usually feeling the exact same way. There are people longing to be seen, heard, remembered, yet no one wants to be first to show vulnerability. It becomes this silent waiting game, hoping someone will reach out, invite us, notice us. But What if that someone is you? What if instead of waiting to be included, you become the one who includes? Instead of fearing the silence, you're the first to speak. Instead of doubting yourself, you trust in the value you bring. You don't need to be perfect poised, younger, more energetic than you feel. You just need to be real. That courage inside you, you've been building it your whole life. It's gotten you through losses, fresh starts, challenges, and yes, it can absolutely help you build new connections. Now, because friendship is an act of courage, the courage to open up, to try again, to believe that even after all these years, life still has transformative encounters in store. Remember this, age doesn't matter. The human heart still wants what it's always wanted: connection, warmth, presence. So if today your heart feels empty, take one small step, talk to someone, send a text, reconnect with an old friend, sit next to someone new. You never know what might bloom from a single courageous act, and maybe, just maybe, what you're searching for is searching for you too. That's friendship. Two brave hearts, meeting each other halfway. Age doesn't define. Connection, you're not alone. Even when the days feel too quiet, even when your phone doesn't ring as much, new connections are still waiting to be made. At 60, 70, 80, your heart still longs for what it wanted at 20, to be heard, to be seen, to be loved. Time doesn't erase our need for connection. It simply invites us to seek it with more depth and authenticity. And when you meet someone equally willing to open up, listen, and share, you'll discover a friendship that doesn't depend on time, age, or circumstance. Just two souls ready to walk together, even if just for part of the journey. As long as there's empathy, listening presence, a genuine smile or kind word, there will always be room for someone by your side. And that space, when filled, changes everything. Did this message touch your heart? Like this video and share it with someone you love. This simple act might spark a new connection in their life. Know someone who might need this? A neighbor living alone? A friend who's been quiet lately? A relative missing companionship? This video could remind them it's never too late to make new friends. Maybe it's the nudge they've been waiting for. Let's chat in the comments. Have you made a new friend after 60? What was that like? Every story shared here can inspire others. If you believe life is about real connections, subscribe and join us on this journey of warmth, wisdom, and discovery. Because growing older also means realizing the best encounters. Your life might still be ahead. Remember, you matter, you have so much to offer, and the world still holds beautiful connections for you. See you next time.